Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, Mutia, how are you? Good afternoon.
Wait a minute, sir. I'm trying to start the camera. Okay.
Yes. Well, tell about the activity today. You look so busy today. Could you tell about your activity?
Oh, okay. So today is quite interesting because I have just started to learn how to ride motorcycle in the morning, and it turned out it's pretty easy. But I just need a little more practice and I need to explore the road so that I will know where to go. Yeah. So in the morning, I learned how to ride motorcycle, and after that, I cooked for myself. I cooked a barbecue for the
Mm,
lunch. So maybe that's all my activities for today.
yeah. It's mean that you didn't practice before that how to ride the motorcycle. I mean
Yeah,
that
I haven't. Yeah, it's my first time.
it is the first time this morning. Yes, it was the first time this
Yes,
morning. But because the last time you never thinking that how to ride the motorcycle, yes? But
yes,
now you do it because if you study at ITB, however, you have to work by yourself to get something, to buy something, and all activities and operational you have to do by yourself.
yes,
It is,
absolutely. That's the main reason why I start to learn how to ride motorcycle.
I see. And who taught you this morning that only by yourself or your older sister or someone help you how to ride a motorcycle?
I was taught by my father.
You did by with your father, yes? Okay. And how about the activity from school? It's already free or holiday preparation for the festival?
So actually, my school still have some of intensive class for those who still need to attend, who still need to participate in SBMPTN, the entrance of university exam. But since that I have already got accepted to SBM ITB from SNMPTN, so they said that I don't have to attend the class anymore. So that's why maybe I have more leisure time than my other friends.
Yes. It's good actually, but the other friends still a thief. But you are already, you know that where is your way, where is your direction. So easy now for you. Yes?
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. Okay. Last minute that I ever talked to you that because you're majoring, it will be talking about the management. One of the interesting topic to your majoring, it is talking about management. It's mean that we try to respond or give the idea about the management. Yes.
Yes.
So what do you think that about management? What is the management? Your definition about management.
Well, management is something that is necessary to manage, to to organize a business or a corporation. And management is something that is really necessary to make sure that all the production activities going well in a corporation. And management is not just about the theory, but management is how the stakeholders make a policy that will evaluate the production activity in the business and the corporation, so that the income and the productivity will increase gradually from time to time. And there are, if I'm not mistaken, there are some of the functions of management, like the organizing function, the controlling function, the planning function, and the actuating function, something like that.
Good. Could you please explain what the organizing or structure of your school? Example?
They are
Yeah. Okay.
like what? Sorry.
Management at your school, or organizing structure, organizing at your school. Yes. Tell about the management as long as you know. And what is that organizing structure at your school?
Oh, do you mean by like the head principals and the staff below him? Okay.
Yes.
So at my school, my school is a madrasah insan cendekia. That means that my school is under supervision of Department of Religion in Indonesia, and my my principal is his name is Mr. Abdul Basit, and then there are several types of vice principal, like they are divided to some of the section, like uh, the curriculum vice minister, the dormitory vice principal, the how to say kesiswaan, like
students organizing, you can say that.
Yeah, student organizing vice principal, and also the academic vice principal. They are divided to some of sections, so that the job distribution is going well. And after that, also there are a division of human relations. Yeah, human relation.
Human relation, yes.
To give some promotion, or as a bridge for the internal and the external, and also the division of some teachers that teach us in school, and also the supervisor of the dormitory. Yeah, I guess that's the structure that I know from my school.
So, come back again. After you get the structures of organization at your school, so now your definition about the management. What is the management?
The what?
What is management? What's the management?
What?
Yeah, the definition
kind of
management. Okay. Definition of management. According to you, what is the definition of the management?
Like I have said before, that the management is something that necessary to manage, to organize a business or corporate or an organization.
How to manage and how to organize it is to you know that to accept the target, because every management, yes, they also have a target. What is the target? The quality, yes. the perfect product example, the perfect product, yes, and then the price, okay. So it is that it's mean that the management is that how to portray, how to be portrayed, and then organize it to accept their target. Because every management also they have a target. So we say that the successful of the someone from the manager or management if they accept the target well. Yes, they accept the target well. But also we must attention again about the quality of product. Oh yes, the management know because that it's education. Yeah, the education, how good the quality of the students in the school. What the result? Yes, it is also a part of the product. Yes, and then how the
Yes.
income? How about the income? Increase or down? Yeah, the organizing or the management or the school get the better income. It's mean good management. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then it is your definition about management. So I give you two-person example. I give you a two-person. Do you think the kindness, the human kindness, a part of the management?
Well, I think, in my opinion, human kindness is also part of management, because like management is also, you have to pay attention like from the personality as well, not only just the progress of the work, and
Okay.
also a good managerial needs to be kind to the staff below, to their employees also. So that's why the kindness is necessary in management.
Okay. The kindness also a part of the management. Yes. Okay. But the kindness, it's mean that don't forget about the target. What is the target? The quality. Yes, the development. Not it's mean that because that sometimes that example Indonesian people is the kind people. Yes, but
Yes.
but not let the children example do something wrong. It's no problem. Example that the children come back playing, no problem. But next time not make it. It is not a part of the management. It's mean that even the parents good or kindness parents, but must attention also about the regulation in the family. Yes. Okay, thank you. I think you have a good idea about the management. well,
Thank you,
and,
Mister.
and last time I talked to you that we try because they become popular in the world, they are two kind of the management. And always compare between the America and Japan. Now let's see if we try to see. Yes?
Okay.
Okay, we try to learn that. Even that next time maybe that your lecture give you different, but we start with something. Yes, we try to prepare to analyzing, to give the analyzing.
Okay, Mister.
Can you see it?
Yes, Mister.
Okay, comparison of American and Japan management model. Okay, good. And we try to do analyzing, yes. And I let you to read the number one place. Please read number one.
American management model versus Japanese management model. Vivek Goyal.
Yes, so it is the writer. Number two.
American versus Japanese management model. Every country is different from other. Their management, food, way of living, and standards are all different. In some countries, government is very influencing, while in others, they are not much better. Such two different countries are America and Japan. They have different cultures and management systems as a byproduct of culture manifests unique characteristics in both the countries.
Yeah, we see the measuring. And number three,
Major difference. Americans are performance-oriented unlike Japanese who are perfectionists.
yeah, self-performance and the Japanese perfectionist. American
Yes.
is performance-oriented, yes,
Yeah.
performance-oriented, and then Japanese performance for perfectionist. Well, and number four,
Long-term commitment. Japanese tends to favor the development of long-term relationships and strategies over short-term gain. They spend much more time up front with a potential customer or supplier before making a commitment, unlike Americans, which then allow which then allows Japanese to implement decisions much faster after a decision is made. Moreover, in downtimes, Japanese companies avoid layoffs and contract terminations contrary to Americans.
okay, to be our focus, number three, and number four. American are performance oriented and Japanese are perfectionists. Well, do you have opinion that example for number three? Example like what? The performance oriented and then the perfectionist. Can you give please? You have the opinion? Okay, relax.
Yes, like from what I know based on the general truth that people say Japanese people are more likely to work harder. They have a culture that is named hustle culture, that they always are working fast and working hard. Unlike the American, that is more likely to be more, um, like more balance, like work and life balance. And the American people are more likely to have more creativity and also more uh, what is it? Longgar gitu.
Yeah, you can say easier.
Yeah, easier and also uh, the head of the corporation or the or the em- or the employers are more what I'm stuttering right now
Okay, wow.
are more to be like humble and easygoing, unlike the Japanese, who are tend to be perfectionists and also uh, the Gus. What
Yeah,
is
yeah, yes.
fierce
Strength,
strength? Yeah,
yes.
like that. That is what I know. The difference between American and Japanese management style. That the American is more easier than the Japanese since they're the difference of their culture as well.
Okay. Example, have you ever that dropped into McDonald's, KFC example? Have you ever come there?
Yes,
KFC.
of course.
Okay, to buy KFC or McDonald's. Well,
Yeah.
when you enter inside, what do you think? Because it is a part that American management. What do you think? Good or not? What's your opinion about that?
Well, I think the American fast food. restaurant such as KFC, McDonald's, AW, Texas, etc., is more often like they are profit oriented and they sell junk food to the customers, and also like they don't really give so many of of the pelayanan itu apa?
Service.
Yeah, of the service. Like uh, we have to be in the line or the queue to order our food, and also we take it by ourselves. While in a Japanese restaurant that I've ever visit, like sushi restaurant or ramen restaurant or any like sukiyaki restaurant, they often give more service. Like the waiter will come to our table and ask what we want to eat, and also the waiter will deliver the food, and also like they're more uh, uh, they pay more attention to the customers and make sure that the customers get the best satisfaction when they visit the Japanese restaurant more than the American restaurant.
Yeah. You already visit KFC, American style management, and the secondly, you already visit that Japanese restaurant. Now compare
Yes.
Indonesian management.
Well, the
Okay.
Indonesian
So tell
management.
me that the famous of Indonesian food. Example, what is the famous Indonesian food? What is the famous one? As
Um,
long as you know.
Maybe like nasi padang,
Okay, now tell about
since
that.
the Padang restaurant is
Okay.
everywhere.
Yes. Okay. So now, what the style of the management?
Well, I can say that they have service management like the Japanese management,
Mhm.
where the waiter will ask to us about what we want to eat and deliver us the food. But I think like uh, still there's something that the Indonesian management lack from compared to the Japanese management model.
Mhm. Okay. So now you already compare three style of management: American style management, and Japanese style management, and Indonesian style management. That's good. And it is a part of the management. Don't worry. Yes, don't worry. And it is that you try to advance your knowledge about the management, which is a part of the
Yes.
preparation to yourself. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, number four. Could you read number four, please?
Long-term commitment. Japanese tends to favor the development of long-term relationships and strategies over short-term gain. They spend much more time upfront than allows Japanese with a potential customer or supplier before making a commitment, unlike Americans, which then allows Japanese to implement decisions much faster after a decision is made. Moreover, in downtimes, Japanese companies avoid layoffs and contract terminations contrary to Americans.
Okay, good. Thank you. And after you know a little about the style management American and also Japanese style management and Indonesian style management, example, if you are have a want to develop one company, which one will you choose? Which one will you choose? That American, that Japanese, or Indonesian style management? Which one? Which management do you want to choose?
Well, based on my knowledge
Yes,
from
okay.
learning this this style of management with you, I thought that maybe there are no management that is perfect. So perhaps if someday I made my own business, I will mix this style of management. Like I will take the positive side, like the American management that is more easy to their employees so that the employees does not stressed out, burn out or overwhelmed of the work. They get the work and life balance as well. And I also want my corporation to be like tend to be perfectionist, that we must want that our corporate that our business have the highest productivity. So, and then also the Indonesian, that we also want to emphasize the local wisdom of Indonesian to our business, like maybe the relationship between the employers and the employee, and also like Indonesian culture that we cannot vanish it, since we made the business in Indonesia. So have to uh, we have to insert many of Indonesian culture as well.
Okay, thank you. Good opinion. Good analyzing. Yes, okay. And it is the management. Yes, it is the management.
Yes.
Okay, and then you continue to read number five, please. Okay, for number five, please.
Training and education. On-the-job training is an America ideology. Communication plaza concept. Fruities is fading in Japan. Employees meet with the executive informally over lunch or dinner to listen to each other.
Mhm. Training and education. On-the-job training is an American ideology and communication plaza concept. True that this is the trading. What is that? Trading. Yes, this is a trading in Japan, and Louis meet with the executive informally over lunch or dinner to listen to each other. Well, that maybe that because you are still student, yes, you never
Yes.
do it. But I think that you ever listen. Example, that someone will do negotiate with the another people. So invite to someone, get a lunch outside. Yes,
Yes.
but right now they negotiate doing that for analyzing. It's mean that they try to discuss about what is the customer or the people interest about the product, which is the Japanese do. Well, even you don't really understand yet about that, but next time I think that you will understand. Yes.
Yes.
So even that never study about that yet. So if the two difference between that Japan that and American, even on number five, what is your analyzing about number five?
Well, I agree with this opinion that the training and education to the employees is necessary in a management, because that human is uh, human, especially the employees, uh, is like they are people that have to be improved from time to time. They can be developed. They can also learn something new, and also they have to always improve their knowledge and their ability and their skills. So the job training is necessary. And also like uh, the communication plaza concept, that where the employees meet with the executive informally over lunch or dinner to listen to each other. This also important because the employees have to make a bond with the executive, like they have to build a connection to build their trust and also to build a chemistry. So thus the working activities will going well in the business. And also maybe to remove all the miscommunication and to prevent the misunderstanding in the corporation, so that that kind of concept to having lunch or dinner together is very important in the management in the management style.
Okay, good. Good analyzing for numbers 5. And you may continue to number 6. Could you help me to read, please? Read.
Okay. Get in touch, learning from facts. Japanese mix with the employees and customers. Japanese engineers, assembly gratia, go to the factories and don't wear distinguishing jackets or hard hats. And inside in Japanese culture, Japanese neighborhoods are less stratified in terms of economic class. CEOs may live next door to engineers and factory workers, whereas as most Americans would not consider living next to a subordinate. Learn from competitor. Americans are creative, but would be smart to do more copying. Japanese are world-class at copying and improving upon an idea, but would be smart to develop their creativity.
Okay. Well, so what do you think about the number 6? You have an opinion about that? Yes, you try it. And
Yeah.
relax. Give opinion about number 6.
Okay. So, from what I know, that the Japanese really like to live in a simplicity, like they are more often to be low profile, even if they are CEOs or even if they are directors of a company or a corporation. They tend to be more low profile and more likely to live in a simple or a minimalist house and live a simple life, and also like their lifestyle is more are more simple than the American, while the American executive, like the head of the company, tend to have a higher and higher cost of lifestyle, and they also more likely to be hedonist, and like the social stratification in Japanese is uh, tend to be like uh, it doesn't appear like as it mentioned in the text that the CEOs may live next door to engineers. That means like they don't judge people, or they don't uh, classify people based on their occupation, and as it is comfortable for them to live there, so they will live there. But most Americans would not consider living next to a subordinate, yeah, and they are more likely to stratify classes based on people's occupation, based on their salary, based on their lifestyle, maybe something like that.
Okay. What do you think Indonesia? So give for Indonesia. What happened for Indonesian management? For number 6, yes, still related. Now compared to Indonesia.
Okay, so based on my observation, in some of big cities like Jakarta, Bandung, yeah, some of the capital, and also like the center of trade, or center of civilization, uh, for example, like Jabodetabek area, we especially Jakarta, that is more westernized than other cities in Indonesia. So, like the ideology of the Jakarta population is more likely uh, like the Western ideology. So maybe people in Indonesia like to stratify people based on their appearance, based on their occupation, based on their education background, based on their salary, or maybe perhaps they judge people by their clothing. It happens in Jakarta, and Jakarta people's more individual than other cities in Indonesia. So for some cities in Indonesia that that receive many immigrants from and expatriates from overseas, uh, they tend to be more their ideology tends to be more westernized than the cities that is more uh, less crowded. So that's my opinion about uh, like the social condition of Indonesia.
Okay, the social condition, yes. However, I
Yes.
believe that developing people become developing people. So you must advance your knowledge to see or watch that the style life and style management from outside, not only concerned with the national or local style. Yes,
Yes.
because that era technology era, it's mean that we we open our mind to see that style management from outside country. That's a good opinion for our business. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Well, next we continue for number 7. How
Number
interesting with number
7.
7? Yes.
Okay. Effort evaluation, process versus results. This seems to be the key difference between Americans and Japanese. Americans are more results oriented while Japanese focus on process improvements. Once they learn how to do something, they work on small improvements. They evaluate efforts, not results. Because Americans are process averse, they depend on manuals to tell what the results should be. The downside of a process focus is to kill creativity. Overall, the two cultures should learn from each other and become more like each other. Neither completely process nor completely results focus.
Yeah. Well, what is your opinion for number 6? And number 7,
For
number
number
7.
7,
Yes.
well, in my opinion, I agreed. I strongly agreed with the statement that the two cultures should learn from each other and become more like each other. So the better management is they have to combine the evaluation, like not only just focusing on process and not only on focusing on the results, but it is have to combine like balance uh, uh, a good management have to focus on the process improvement as well uh, and also the result improvements, like if only focus on process improvement, then it means it is okay if the result is not reaching the targets, but also if they only focus on the results, they do not appreciate or respect the effort of the employees as well. So they have to combine the attention to the process and the results as well. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, it's good opinion for number 7. Well, we continue to number 8.
Number 8, customer first and shareholder last. The priority order of customers and suppliers is different for US and Japanese business. America, the first is shareholder, the second is customer, and the third is employee. While Japan, the first is customer, the second is employee, and the third is supplier, and the fourth is community, and the fifth is country, and the sixth is shareholder. Japanese firm is organized for the employee. It is more human orientation.
Okay, interesting. For number 8, I think. Okay, and what do you think that? Do you have opinion for number 8?
Well, based on what I have known, what I have learned at school, that America have the ideology of liberalism, where they are where their economy system is is more influenced by the capitalists, by the private corporation, by the wealthy people who have more money and invest in many sector of industry in America. And the government interference is less in Americans, so that the mechanism in economy is more influenced by the capitalists, so that that explains why in the priority order of America, the first is shareholder, the second is customer, and the third is employee. And the Japan, from what I know, Japan have their ideology that they want to bring glorious victory and also a welfare to Asia. And Japan is tend to be more like uh, they want to develop their their nation after destruction from the World War II, that the Hiroshima and Nagasaki is destroyed by the bomb, the nuclear. And so that's maybe explain why the Japanese put the customer to the priority, and then the employee, since the employee is also the key of the success of the business. Without the employee, the production activity in a business couldn't work well. So that's why they put the employee first, and then after that the supplier, and after that the community, and after that the country, and the last is the shareholder.
Great explanation. Yeah, great explanation of you. Yes. And then, what do you think about the Indonesia? Reference to number 8 too. For Indonesia, what do you think? What is the
Well,
style management? Yes.
okay, so Indonesian style of management, if we are talking about the national business, the BUMN, which under the supervision of the national government, so it is more likely to be the production activity is put a priority to fulfill the nation's and the population's need. They are not profit oriented like the private corporation did. Their job is do to produce the economy sector that haven't been produced by the private business, the private corporation. And also they have some regulation that have already made by the government and by the what is undang-undang?
Regulation.
Yeah, by the regulation that already put attention and ensure that all of the employees will get their welfare. But for the private corporation, uh, the major the major of the private corporation get their modal itu apa?
Capital. Capital.
Yeah, they get their capital from the investor, and uh, and most of the investor come from overseas, from the developed country. Some of the investor are foreigners. So, and the private corporation uh, doesn't influence by the government's policy, the government's regulation. So they have their own authority to make a policy for their own business. So that's why many of the private corporation that exploits the employees, they they force the employees to work harder, to work and to work uh, stay up all night and even after midnight, and also uh, they are since they are profit oriented, so they are more likely to be like the American style of management, since the investor and also the head of management most likely come from foreigners. That's my opinion about uh, the the eight.
Okay, for number 8. Yes. Well,
Yes.
in mind, what is that number 9? Help me to read, please.
Okay. Teamwork. The
Mhm.
Japanese and Americans see two different meanings behind these words. In Japan, teamwork means to help others. Here it means functional maximization, that is to improve results. This leads to a difference in roles on the team. In Japan, the team leader is always asking team members to help more. Here, the team leader is responsible for results. Americans are more inclined towards individual task performance.
Okay. Well, after with that teamwork, the Japanese and American see two different, yes, different meaning behind this word. And in Japan, teamwork, team, to help others. Here it means as the functional, yes, but maximization, that is the improve the result. This lead to difference in the rules on the team in Japan. The team leader is always asking that team members to have more, and here at the leader is responsible for results. And we can add more was that infinite toward individual tasks or formats. Okay, what do you think that? Give your response for number 9.
Well, I don't really know how it works in the corporation between the Japanese and Americans, since I have never I have never get experience to work in the Japanese, neither the Japanese or the Americans corporation. But I agreed with the Japanese style of management that the leader has to take the role as a leader, not as the boss, while the Americans are more likely the leader acts like a boss, and uh, and the employees is forced to work towards their individual task performance, while the leader also evaluate and helping their staff uh, how the difficulties in work, and also the team leader is also responsible for the results.
Okay.
So I think like the Japanese management style in teamwork is way better than the Western style.
Okay. Thank you. Good. And then what number 10? You read number 10, please.
The number 10, quality first, cost last. This is the proper ranking of quality in the Japanese organization. The first is quality, second is quality, third is quality, and the fourth is cost. Profit is the result of the pursuit of quality. As quality improves, costs go down. Quality includes products, services, machines, layout, policy, planning, and organization.
What do you mean for number 10?
For number 10,
Yes.
like uh, what I what I get from the statement in number 10 is that in the Japanese organization, they ensure that the quality improves so that the costs go down. The quality means like the quality of products, service, machines, layout, policy, planning, and organization. If the corporation uh, have a higher quality of their human resources of their employees, it means that the quality of work is also better. They will get the higher quality of work, of productivity, and also if the machine's quality or the services quality is higher, that means it will cost less to get more products, to gain more output from the from the production activities. And also if the quality of the planning and organization in the management is higher, so that they will cost less of the uh, total cost to products to for their production activity.
It is number 10. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I think that you have the good analyzing about that. That's why ITB accept you become the new student over there. I think that your opinion, yes, I think that your opinion is correct. So it's mean that ITB not miss to choose you to be one that new student to the university, because
Thank you for
I
the
think that yeah,
compliment.
because I think that your opinion, your analyzing acceptable. Yes, it is acceptable. Even you are still a student at that from a high school level, but I think that your analyze acceptable anywhere you work, and you can easily analyze. Yes,
Thank you,
and
sir.
and it is true. Whatever you say, that as long as I know that you are correct, you are correct. Even you are still study at the high school, yes, yes, but it is
Yes.
correct. Well, so I thought that next time after you are working over the, I mean, you study at ITV, of course, you must develop your knowledge about that. Yes.
Yes, of course I
So
will do.
make the comparison between the American, Japan, and our country, Indonesia. Why? Because I think that Indonesian people still less of the knowledge about the management. So no, there is no good style for Indonesian. I mean, there is no good regulation. I mean, the free regulation for Indonesian people. So every people to make the organizing, their management is different ones to the other. Yes, as
Yeah.
long as you know, or most Indonesian people thinking that individual management. Why I say individual management? So there's someone only one that how to get how he or she get better than others. So never think about the organization, but mostly they're thinking that privacy, income, big profit, not for organization, but it is for individual. Yes. Of
Thank
course,
you, sir.
if there are a lot that students like you and then open mind to see the style management between the American and Japan and try to release in Indonesia and make it become that free regulation. I mean that one institution or ministry of government give the socialization to the people. What is the management? I think Indonesian economic will be that way. So the people
Yes.
not only thinking in individual income, but the people will thinking about the organizing income or organizing profit. Like Japan, as we read that Japan, when they start one organization or management, they thinking about their organization, they thinking about the management, not for individual profit. Yes?
Yes, I
Okay.
agree with you.
Yes. It is your turn. It is your, what is that? Your turn next time. So if you do the discussion with your friend, you can say that. Make it, and it is become the mind good description next time. And great, believe me.
Thank you, sir, for giving
Yes,
me such ideas.
yes. Why I say that? Because our country is the developing country. As long as you know that the people they don't know that how to run their business well. So most people thinking about individual income or individual profit, not thinking about the organizing income or organizing profit. But Japan, they always thinking together how they organizing profit, how they organizing income, never thinking personality. Yes, and
Yes,
it
sir.
is to be your job next time. It is become your job next time. Okay, and then
Thank you for
yeah.
the advice, sir.
Yes, I hope you success for that. So,
I
time
hope
by
so.
time, well, I will tell to you that your ability explanation in business, even you never start at university yet, will be start at university. So, increase that, develop your ability. I would say that your communication in English is good, but if you try it more, and on your scripts next time, you can explain in English and follow the international student conference and others. You want to become that successful at this time. I believe it.
Yes, I will note every of your advice. And thank you
Yes,
so much, sir. I'm still
yes.
lack of knowledge and I'm still lack of my speaking skill.
Okay, you have
And I'm
ability.
trying
Yes.
to improve it from time to
Okay, I
time.
believe you can do it. You can accept the best on your life. I believe that. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you think that after an hour speak totally in English? What do you think? A little tired?
Well, it's quite exhausting since I talk for 1 hour nonstop.
Yes,
But I
non-stop.
think it is interesting to learn something new, like especially it is relevant to what major I'm pursuing, like the management, and also it is my passion to learn more about the management style in Indonesia and in other developed countries. Yeah,
Yes.
so
Thank
that's
you. And
my
also, I
impression.
like to see your ability communicate in English. I like it very much. Yes. And then my support to you, my advice to you, advance again and again. Never stop to be the best. Yes. Never
Yes, sir.
stop to be the best. And right now, it's already the 4 o'clock, an hour for studying English, speaking English, and glad to study with you. And
I'm glad
same
to study with
regard,
you too, sir.
yes, same regard to your family, mom and father. And see you for the next meet. Tell me when the right time to study. Uh,
Okay.
Saturday or Monday, depending on you. Yes, I'm
Okay,
waiting
sir. I will
information of
inform
you.
you later.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.